So, big update in Rocket League today with Easy Anti-Cheat now active. It's required for online play. It's to help prevent cheating and botting in matches. You can disable it for offline play, but honestly, who's going to do that? The big thing about it, third-party mods will not run while EAC is enabled, which means BakkesMod will be disabled. That's the big news. And so if we go to X, they also say similar things, go into a little more detail. And we'll touch into more of the updates beyond removing BakkesMod. But with that, you got BakkesMod saying it's time to move on. They're gonna not do any more updates. So here they say goodbye, and that's sad. They've been a big part of the community and updates and plugins. So yeah, since they're being disabled, they pretty much say they're not going to update anymore. And so the key thing to focus on here is it will not work with versions if you updated today, which you need to play online. So I'd like to think that pretty much renders BakkesMod unusable. If you had plans to play with EAC off, well, I don't know how you would do it at this point if you can't even play it with the update. So I'd say that's it for BakkesMod. So if we go to in-game, let's touch base with a lot of the updates. Obviously, the big one, BakkesMod being removed. So many of those updates or qualities you can't use anymore. But let's go into what they added. So they added default team colors in Freeplay. I don't know how big a deal this is for people, but I mean, it's pretty simple. Basically, go into Freeplay, and they did add a lot of options for settings, but so if you go into Freeplay, just click that default team colors and it will resemble your normal car if you're into that. So that's that small update to start. But while we're talking about in the menu, they did add some more options here, I believe. I don't know if certain ones here, but I think that's been there, or at least maybe I didn't notice, but tournament schedule, display party leader left message. But here, forced default team colors, I probably leave that on because I do play in a league and stuff. So that's easy, I guess. You can control your competitive MMR where it's shown, because now from a prior update, it was added. So I don't know if this has been there or it's now there, but either way, you do see your MMR, which previously we relied on BakkesMod, but at least that's still in the game. But here's the big thing. Flip reset indicator. I was an advocate of, I don't like to exactly, I don't know. It depends on who you are. Maybe you want to see it and not hear it, or maybe you want to hear it and not see it, but you can control that and whatever you want to do. Audio only, visuals only. So that's that. I don't know what I'm going to choose, honestly. I think the noise is annoying, but Also, I think the visual can be annoying too, but I'll play around with it. But that's the big one, so you can get a little more control over that. I know people have complained about that, so they get to decide what they want to do on there. I guess another setting, well, another caveat for flip resets, I guess they're now trackable. I mean, I don't really care, but more stats. And I don't know where they pulled this from, but I only got 56 flip resets. That's bull crap. Yeah, so now that's a trackable stat, I guess. Going into the next one, apparently it's ability to hide the default in-game HUD via interface tab, allowing for custom broadcast overlays. So I'm a caster, and I'm curious what this exactly means. Let's go into, I have a feeling I'm gonna have to make them play. So let's see what settings we got here. So we got some spectator controls, I guess. Camera shake, crazy. Invert pitch controls, no. So always spec ball cam. Ah, some of these are minor. Enables a smooth camera blend when switching between player views. Man, yeah, that makes sense. You can control the time. But minor things, I guess. I don't know if there's anything else in terms of spectating. Ability to hide the default in-game HUD via interface tab. Alright. I don't know if you'd really want to watch that, though. So, I probably would still leave this on, honestly. It's just, I don't know, maybe it's better for videos, I guess, but certainly not for casting. You still need the info. Yeah, we want to know all this stuff. But, yeah, we're going to classify that as minor. But yeah, that's the added things. And, yeah, while we're on casting and all that, I don't know if you knew of BARL, but we can go see BARL on here. So basically what BARL is for casters like myself, it allowed an overlay such as this, and pretty much it worked with BakkesMod to create this kind of overlay up here. You can update it depending on what version you got or whatnot, but it makes a cool little display when you're casting matches. So it used to work with BakkesMod. Now BakkesMod is removed. That was a big question for myself. But BARL, they do say you don't need BakkesMod anymore. It will work with the EAC update, and you could just run it. So that's the good news if you're a caster, broadcaster, tournament organizer. BARL will work. And so let's see. Right up here. See? Actually, we better display here. Well, I guess. Yeah. All right. Actually, that's working. So, yeah, the display on the top, and we could customize it. Works just how it used to. But that's the good news. We still have that. But that pretty much concludes the update for this. And again, actually we could go MMR. I don't know if you noticed, but MMR on a previous update, it's still workable. You could see it. So so that's not lost with the update because it was added to a previous one. I don't know if you noticed, but yeah. So that concludes all the updates for Rocket League. Thanks for tuning in. Obviously, I'm Spartan Dragon, a caster, org owner for Spartan Esports, for Rocket League. We like playing customs and playing in leagues competitively. So if you're interested in any of that, feel free to join the Discord. Other than that, I post about free games. So yeah, I'd very much appreciate any follows, likes, comments, whatever you got. Support is appreciated and only helps in my journey to either give free games away or provide money tournaments. So everything earned does go back into the community somehow, some way. So once again, appreciate your time and have a good one.